Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Atlantis Freediving channel, and today we will talk about the neck weight for freediving, especially for deep diving, and my guest today is Linda Paganelli, who you know already from previous episodes. Hi Linda, welcome again back on the channel. It's good to see you again. And what's the topic today? We'll talk about the neck weights.
We are going to talk about neck weights.
And your favorite neck weight as well.
Yes.
Which one is that then?
Well, it's the Alchemy neck weight.
Okay.
For depth.
So let's talk a little bit about the neck weights first. What they are for and how do we use them in freediving?
Okay. First of all, we need to make a distinction between the neck weights for depth and the neck weights for the pool. In the pool, we need a lot more weight, so normally we have a different kind of system. For depth, we usually need less weight, and therefore we have smaller or different neck weight. Historically, the neck weight was invented by some guy who took a piece of bicycle tire and filled it with lead shot and then put a clip. And this is how we've been using neck weights for more than 20 years.
This is what we see the most of the time.
Yeah, and this is also what we use for our students. That's because true. It's really easy to make.
It's cheap and it works.
And it's cheap and is really easy to make and use, and you can make it bigger or shorter depending on what you need. But then in the recent years, there has been a little development, and a couple of companies came up with different ideas to make neck weights that are better for depth, especially for deep diving. The main problem with the normal neck weight, which I'm going to take because we have one here, is that once you put it on, like this, and then you're going upside down, they tend to move and they tend to slide up and being quite uncomfortable. So a lot of people also have a hard time to use them, especially if you dive deep enough that you need a mouthfeel. It can be really uncomfortable to have a mouthfeel and go deep with something pressing on your chin. So that's the biggest problem with this kind of neck weights.
This is the neck weight we're talking about. So it's a classic bike tube filled with shot lead, and there is some plastic clip. And this is what you see most of the time people using because it is cheap and it kind of gets the job done. But there are better alternatives, as you're going to mention.
Yeah, especially I think 2 years ago, Alchemy came up with this beautiful design that is basically lead that is molded and is, well, there is this silicone case that where the lead is put
it's like
inside.
Molded silicone
yes.
Case. Yeah.
And first of all, it's really easy to change in terms of shape. And it has the advantage because of the silicone is actually quite sticky, and because we, especially for deep diving, we tend to use wetsuits that are in smooth skin. And once you put it on, the silicone in contact with the smooth skin is really sticking together. And this has the advantage that the neck weight doesn't move up and down, and it becomes really comfortable. And you hardly feel that it's there when you have it. Yeah. Then the other advantage of this particular neck weight is that the company is making 3 different sizes. This, for example, is the smallest one, which is 40 centimeters, which is what most girls would use because we have smaller necks. And then there is the 45 centimeters, which is this one, and there's even a bigger one, which is 50. Like for really big guys, yeah. Like if I would have a 50, what would happen is that it would move. So it's not recommended. The advantage of having longer ones is that they are also more heavy. So some people want heavier neck weights because maybe they are still diving with thicker suits, and then you want a slightly heavier neck weight, or alternatively, you will have to put a half kilo on your belt and deal with that. Yeah. For really deep diving, we are diving usually in warmer water, so we have a thinner suit, and the shorter one is between 1 kilo and 120, which means that it's enough for a thin suit.
Yeah. Most deep divers wouldn't use so much lead weight anyway. So.
No, we try to use as little as possible, because the deeper you go, the more weight you need to bring up, and therefore you want to have as little weight as possible. But I also heard, I don't know if it's still a secret, it's not going to be any longer a secret, because I know that Alchemy is now making a newer model that has thicker lead inside, which means that they're gonna be available in heavier sizes. Yeah.
Cool. And when I'm looking first time on this kind of neck weight, I see the open-ended design, and this is something that maybe comes to my mind, that I would be a little bit worried that my neck would just slip out of this and I would lose it.
No, that wouldn't really happen, because if you I cannot, because it's gonna stick to my hair, but if you put it on and then you really need to
adjust
put it around your neck, now there's no way that your neck is passing through and they will not just open by mistake. This is not going anywhere.
Cool. So it's quite comfortable, and you've been diving with this for how long now?
Now it's been 2 years.
2 years since they came out. I think you were one of the first people.
I was one of the first. This is still the prototype, because they have
the logo,
the different logo. Yeah.
So I remember you went to, was it Cyprus?
Yeah.
In World Championship CMAS?
No, it was AIDA.
AIDA, and you were diving, and then people saw this neck weight, and you were saying...
there was very few of us that had that. There was me, Pavel, and a couple of other people that had these neck weights, and everybody went crazy for it.
Yeah, because such a sleek design.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And is there another alternative that maybe you can use? Could people use this in a pool?
Well, yes and no. You can use it in the pool, but normally when you dive in the pool, even if the water is warm and you have a thin suit, we are diving really shallow, and therefore we need a lot of weight in the pool. So having a kilo and a half, even 2 kilo neck weight is not going to be enough, and therefore you're going to have to add quite a lot of weight onto it. For example, I dive with the 1.5 millimeter suit, and I have 6 kilo of weight. And if I were to use a normal neck weight like this, I would still need to basically put 4.5 kilo in my belt, and that is not great, because I would have a lot of weight on my waist where I don't need it, so they would sink my leg. So in the pool we use a different system, because you want to have the more weight where you have your lungs, basically, which is the most buoyant part of your body.
The legs there's no air.
Yeah, exactly. And therefore we have a different kind of neck weight, which is, but this is the most popular, which is the lobster. So you attach it together, you put it on your neck, and then this is already quite heavy. This particular, there's different models. This one is 2.5 kilo on the base, and then I have all the rest of the weight will basically sit along my back, which is where I want to compensate for the extra buoyancy.
But this is kind of like a similar design than the Alchemy. It's heavier.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks a little bit brittle around the edges here. It's quite thin here, a little bit thicker on the end to probably balance the weight a little bit better.
Yeah, yes. The thing is, I heard that someone was trying to use this in depth and then they lost it, because if you look at it, and if I put it on, which I cannot because of my hair, if I put it on, you cannot close it and open the way you do with this. Also because it's not lead, is
mix of metal or
is alloy.
Ah, okay.
So what happened, also because of the shape that it has, is much thinner here and is thicker here. So if you close it, it's not going to bend in a homogenic way.
Okay.
It's going to bend right here, which is where it's thinner and eventually will break. So you have to be quite careful with this. So if you put it on and you close it and open it because you want to use it in the sea and you don't want to lose it, you will break it sooner or later. Yeah. While in the pool, it doesn't matter because you put it on and then
You just stay in the
it's
same
going to
position.
be like this and it's not going to fall off.
Do you like this neck weight for your pool sessions?
I do. I resisted for a very long time.
It's expensive.
Before
one as well.
I bought it because it's really expensive. The basic model is around 200 euro and then it's really heavy, so the shipping is really expensive, and then there's custom and stuff like that, so you spend really close to 300 euro really to get one, yeah? So I've been using different kind of configuration before, and then I just gave up and I bought one. And the other thing why it's also really convenient to have is because I don't always need the same amount of weight. If I do a maximum dynamic, then I want to take a full breath and pack, which means that I will need more weight. If I do a mix training session, then I will not pack. Therefore, I need to be able to take some weight off. Sometimes I do also FRC dynamics, which means that I need, again, much less weight. This you can really quickly
It's fully
take.
modular. Yeah.
Yeah, it's modular, so you can take and add in a matter of seconds. So also for that is actually really convenient.
Yeah, seems like a lot of pieces for me to lose. It's a lot of covers
Luckily,
here.
you can lose them in the pool because then you can pick them up
That's
too.
true.
So
That's true.
it doesn't matter so much.
Cool. And all these pieces are also in different weights. So there's fine tuning.
Yes, you have all these are 500, and then there's 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you buy it, usually the standard one come with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can
add
order extra pieces if you want.
And you can also customize for the colors,
Yeah, you can
which
do
is
that
also very important. Okay, great. So there you have it, guys. We were talking about the Alchemy neck weight and its advantages for deep diving. Linda has explained how it works, and she's been very happy with it for the last 2 years, basically since it came out. There is going to be a new model coming out or something new about this neck weight.
It's secret.
It's secret, so don't tell anybody. And then we have the Lobster, which would be something good for pool training. And well, prepare yourself because this one is a lot more expensive. I think you can count for a decent setup around 300 plus euros if you include shipping, even more. The neck weight for Alchemy, what's the cost? Around?
I think they start around 90 or 95 euro.
Okay, so a lot cheaper than the Lobster, but still more expensive than a bike tube and a lead shot. However, if you are serious into your diving and you want to have piece of gear that lasts, because it lasts a lot and there is hardly anything to go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Easy to clean as well, and silicone is really good against the UV rays, which we have a lot when we are diving in the sun.
Yeah.
So seems like a really good spend, 100 euros for a good neck weight. Yeah, I'm sold. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our kind of review and informative video. For those who are here first time, make sure you like or subscribe or consider subscribing. We will try to add more videos as we go when we have time. And thanks for coming. Thanks, Linda, for joining us. And see you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.